मैम मैंने बोल दी है।
Okay, thank you, Amber. Let's wait for another 4 to 5 minutes for everyone to join in, and then we'll start with the topic. That's expository writing. Okay, I think that's enough time that we have waited for your classmates. Please confirm in the chat box that I'm audible to you. If you're able to listen to my voice, please write yes or audible in the chat box so that I know you're able to hear me. Okay, so we'll start with the next topic today. It's an important topic from the perspective of your final term examination. Other than this, most of the topics that we have done are part of your final term examination. Yes, earlier it was decided to give only 20 to 30% from the midterm, but now, because of the policy change, you will have final term examination that would include midterm syllabus as well. So it's important that you pay attention to all the topics that we have completed so far. So it's called expository writing. Before this, we have talked about argumentative, narrative, and descriptive writing. Yes, writing was the same. We focused on essay writing and paragraph writing. However, each one of those writings, they had different characteristics. So does expository writing. Now, if we are to define that what is expository writing and how we can define it, you'll see that you have been doing this. You have been writing expository, or expository writing has been part of your course already. So it is able to inform, explain, clarify, or define. So expository writing could include all these norms where you are supposed to inform, explain, clarify, or define. And even this type of writing can also equip you with the understanding that how to reveal, how to give information, and how to give understanding to the audiences through carefully writing your points which are critical in nature. So within expository writing, you have multiple other types of writings that you should know, such as informing, explaining, clarifying, and defining. Now, if we talk about forms of expository essays, these are the forms, and I believe that you know these or some of these already, including comparing and contrasting, problem solution, persuasion, and cause and effect. Compare and contrast paragraphs have been taught to you since the beginning, I believe. Everybody must have read something about it, at least cause and effect and compare and contrast. As the name suggests, compare and contrast is about where you have to look for similarities and differences between two or more aspects or characteristics of a topic. In order to compare, you need to have some similarities. You can't, compare a pedestal fan with a ceiling fan. Yes, both of them are fans, but they come with different characteristics. But you can compare two types of pedestal fans. One could be battery led, the other could be direct connection. So that would be your comparison based on similarities. Contrast, on the other hand, could be between the pedestal and ceiling fan. So for contrast, you need some differences, and for comparison, you need similarities. So this is a form of expository writing. If you get a question in examination, definitely you can get any four of these. From these four, any type, any form of expository essay could be there. I have also posted your assignment number 4. You must focus on that as well. Then problem solution essays are there. You have to, of course, have a problem in order to write such a essay, and you will be explaining, informing the audiences about the solution, that how this problem can be solved. So that would be a form of expository writing as well. Then you have persuasion essays, in which you want to convince your audiences, you want them to agree with your opinion. So you use techniques in order to persuade them. And then we have cause and effect. For example, we have a topic of smoking, that it has certain effects. Let's say we talk about that smoking has three major effects. One is it causes cancer, respiratory infection, and it is one of the root causes of teeth decay. Now, these are three effects that we have. But in order to justify these effects, we will be talking about the causes, that why would people smoke? Why? What are some of the reasons that people smoke? So these are some of the forms of expository essay. As far as structure of expository essay is concerned, it's the same like the other structures that we have talked about, like we have introduction, body, and conclusion. And I would like to repeat, no matter what the prompt is, you're going to write 5-paragraph essay in your examination. Now, all expository essays, they have certain characteristics. Of course, they are focused on a specific topic, and each of the paragraphs that is included in an expository essay would have a topic sentence as well. It must have an introduction and a conclusion which must be connected to each other. Remember, whatever you claim in your introduction has to be proven in the body paragraphs, and whatever you have proven in your body paragraphs has to be reflected and restated in conclusion. So, expository writing or essay clearly goes to a point where introduction has captured the attention of the audiences, and that is leading towards the conclusion as well. Thesis statement, I've already told you that what it is. Thesis statement is the claim that gives the audiences or readers clarity that what you're going to write as a writer of expository essay. Then transition markers are important, and it is important to use quotations or details or explanations and even definitions in order to enhance the transitions of your paragraphs. And then other forms of expository writing could be classification essay, pros and cons essay, newspaper and magazine articles, advertisements, reviews, and editorials. But we are more concerned with the first form, 4 forms that we have discussed in detail, but there are others as well. Now, always start with the plan. Without the plan, your essay will not be effective enough. So you should have a plan. For example, you see a topic has been chosen, that is mosquitoes, and then you can list 3 reasons that they're annoying. They bite, and their bites they itch, and they carry diseases. So these could be 3 reasons. Now we can explain each of this reason in a separate paragraph in order to have coherence. And then of course examples could follow with each reason, that if it itches, why does it itch? And then you use the subject and reasons to construct your introduction and conclusion. Now this is one of the examples of expository paragraph. This is just an example, therefore, there is a space in it. But in a paragraph, you are not supposed to give any spaces whatsoever. Mosquitoes are insects that are disliked by many because they are annoying when one is outside. Their bites itch and they carry diseases like West Nile virus. अब ये जो है ये हमारा इंट्रोडक्शन है. This is the introduction to our paragraph. That is why it's written separately. Then we explain each of the reasons one by one. One reason mosquitoes are disliked is because they are so annoying while people are outside. Now we give an example to strengthen our claim. For example, whenever families have cookouts, they want to swarm all around the food. Also, when you're outside fishing, you always have to wear bug spray. The bug spray always stinks to high heaven. Then, if you do not want to be you do not want to use bug spray, the only other way to get them to leave you alone is to wear long sleeve. Yet wearing long sleeves is a horrendous idea because it is hot outside. So एक reason उन्होंने दी है और उसको उसको different examples and explanations के तहत उसे वो strengthen कर रहे हैं. Right? So introduction must have a hook, the issue and the controlling idea, supporting idea, and yes, your position should be there. Then body, paragraphs, and closure should be there. Now, what does an expository writing does? It tells, helps, engages, places, adds, presents, and emphasizes with renders, which means a coherent, cohesive delivery system is there. It has to be organized. So ये abbreviation आपने पढ़ लेनी है. This is how you write an expository essay. Now I'll be giving you one example. I'll be sharing essay example with you. But if you have any question from this introduction, please go ahead and ask. अगर कोई सवाल है तो पूछ ले please. Any questions? Is it clear? We can types देख ले, parts देख ले, sections कैसे, logical reasoning तो वही है, basic point of or course of conduct is the same, just like the other types of essays, but it has certain ways of being arranged, such as cause and effect, cause and prose, problem solution, persuasion essays, and much more. Remember, persuasion essays are different from argumentative essays. Okay, so Fiaz and Raja says that you have understood a bit. Great. And remember, your fourth assignment is based on the same. Please do not forget to submit your assignment on time and bring the hard copy of third assignment in the next class, because next week will be our second last week and we will not have more time to retakes as well. I've also posted that you will have your retakes, not retakes, improvement quizzes. If you would like to improve any scores, you're requested to appear, but it will be a little difficult, and all the topics that have been covered so far in all quizzes will be part of it. It's almost as if you're having a mock preparation for your final term examination, right? So please spread the word, because your classmates are not here. I can only see 14 people at the moment. Even your CRs are not here. So make sure that everybody knows that on in the next class, which is going to be on 14th of May, you will have your improvement um, quizzes, right? I'm recording this class as well. I can show you the topics that might be included in your improvement quizzes. These are the topics, right? In quiz 1, we have these topics, quiz 2, quiz 3, and quiz 4. However, expository writing will be added as well. So you have to come prepared for all of these. These are connected. They are not so different from each other. So if you prepare, this will help you get scores, better scores in one of or two of the bad scores that you have definitely conducted. Yes, there are some of you which will not be allowed to take an improvement quiz because you already have a lot of good scores. That will be announced later. Now, if you don't have any question from the discussion we just had about expository writing, now I would like to show you another handout that talks about the same topic, which makes it very clear for you to understand that how to compose and write an expository essay. Till this point, we have only talked about what is expository writing and what is and how we can arrange expository paragraph. Now I'll be telling you about expository essay. Remember, whenever you're writing an essay, you're going to write 5 paragraphs. If you're writing an argumentative essay, then you're going to write 6 paragraphs with an counter argument. Okay, so the purpose is to inform, describe, explain. The basic purpose of expository essay is this, and then definitely facts are incorporated. Writer is more likely to behave or write or act like a teacher because the purpose is to describe, explain, or inform. Presents exhaustive information on a topic, which means it's detailed and it is definitely written in third person. Remember, I, me, my, myself, we, इस तरह का कोई personal pronoun, second person pronoun use नहीं होगा, third person pronoun use होगा. That will make it formal. Then definitely sample focus of the paper यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है, but it's important कि हम सीधा topic पे चलें. If the purpose of your writing is not to inform, then it is better to use another type of write-up, right? Because this will be a wrong type of essay that you will be um, incorporating. तो आपने decide करना on the basis of the topic कि किस type का आपने essay लिखना है. अब देखिए, when you are organizing your thoughts, you can go through these steps. First is, of course, your brainstorming. You can outline, you can think about what you're going to incorporate and how you're going to incorporate. That could include free writing, subject tree, list clustering, and outlining, which you have been doing for a long time. This is how you make a subject tree. For example, if the topic is smoking, then you can have diseases and addiction, and then you can, make a mind map in your mind that you can talk about how it is costly and it hurts family. And again, addiction causes you to have a lot of money involved, and it is a bad example to be setting for the younger generation. Then you can make list as well. These are four techniques that you can utilize in order to arrange or brainstorm about your topic. List could include, for example, if we are comparing summer versus compare and contrast essays there, then we can have these pointers in our mind that summer is hotter and winter is colder than beach and uncomfortable, little clothes, short days, and whatnot. Cluster, for example, if we are talking about driving, then it has three reasons. It is costly, dangerous, and changes life. Then outlining could be there. Outlining is the most easiest and most convenient way of thinking about a topic because we have been doing this for a long time. Now look at this. Our topic is depression, and we can have three basic parts of our paragraph. One is introduction, the body paragraphs, and the conclusion. In the introduction, we can simply have our thesis statement where we can define and claim that how and with what ways we are going to write about depression. So first we can explain what is depression, then we can talk about depression is a complex condition as evident in its causes, symptoms, and treatments. So we have three perspectives to incorporate in our body paragraphs. First is causes, second is symptoms, and third is treatments. And then we have conclusion, which is the restatement of our thesis statement and introduction itself. Then the second step could be researching your topic. Sometimes we have knowledge about the topic that we are trying to write upon, and sometimes we don't. So definitely we will organize our thoughts by researching the topic, and we'll make sure that we only take information that is relevant to our essay. Then we will develop the thesis statement. Okay, your thesis statement is a claim, and this claim has to be supported by uh, more than two supporting details, right? Developing a thesis is like building a bridge. In a bridge, the cross beam has to be held up by strong columns in order to function. Similarly, a thesis has two main components, a claim and the supporting details that sustain it. In the bridge analogy, a cross beam represents a claim and column represents supporting details. So claim में क्या होना चाहिए? A claim is a one sentence statement. It makes an assertion or it takes a side or a stance. It's based on a generalization. It is not a fact, it is debatable, but must be presented in the introduction part of your essay. When you're writing a claim, when you're making a claim in your essay, you should ask these questions to yourself in order to cross check whether your claim is able to hold water, whether it is strong enough to be held or written in your essay. What point am I trying to make? What am I trying to say? What am I getting at? If you're able to clarify these questions in your mind, that you're going in the right direction. Now look at this example. This is a claim. This is a thesis statement. Depression affects people. Now this is very generic. What kind of people, what kind of depression, which age group is there, which part of the world is there. There could be a number of directions that could be led from this generic statement. So it is a weak statement because it's not debatable, because it does affect people. Look at the second one, the stronger one. Depression is a complex condition. It is strong because it represents an assertion that needs to be supported with the evidence, right? So the supporting details could be arranged in many ways. First is categorization. Second is time frames or chronological order. And the third is cause and effect. अब देखिए इसी टॉपिक को ऐसे वाले टॉपिक को उन्होंने तीन तरह से अरेंज किया है. Look at the first one into categories. Depression is a complex condition, understanding of which requires an in-depth look at its causes, symptoms, and available treatments. So categorize कर दिया हमने कि complex condition है और इसकी understanding के लिए तीनों की requirement है. Then supporting details organized into time frame. Depression is a complex condition, the treatment of which has undergone dramatic changes as the medical field progressed from late 19th century into the mid 20th century and finally into the early 21st century. तो यहाँ पर हमारे पास टाइम फ्रेम आ गया कि कैसे depression and psychiatry or psychological studies involved in late 19th century led to 20th and then to the 21st century. And then cause and effect could be there. Depression is a complex condition which may be caused by any combination of biological, genetic and environmental factors. You see, तीनों categorizations को लेके चला जा सकता है, तीनों claims हैं और तीनों को different 3 तरीकों से arrange किया गया. Remember, writing is a fluid process. As you complete your essay, you may realize that your thesis needs to be modified to reflect your position better. So whenever you're writing, whenever you're sitting and writing, you can always go back and revisit a step and make it better. Then we have the introduction. Introduction, like I told you, identify, define, and then make sure that you clearly state the topic and concept and the idea for the audiences. Make sure it's relevant. ठीक है, अब देखिए टॉपिक डिप्रेशन है. डेफिनेशन इज अ क्रिपलिंग कंडीशन दैट मेक्स पीपल फील डिस्पेयर इन देयर लाइव्स. Relevance is while 16% of all Americans experience depression during their lifetime, most remain undiagnosed and untreated. And thesis is depression is a complex condition, understanding of which requires an in-depth look at its causes, symptoms, and available treatments. तो ये हमारे जो तीनों सेंटेंसेस है इंट्रोडक्शन का पार्ट बनेंगे. ठीक है, देन वी हैव हाउ टू राइट द बॉडी ऑफ द एसे. जैसे हमने यहाँ पे थीसिस स्टेटमेंट में क्लियर कर दिया ना कि कॉजेस, सिम्टम्स एंड ट्रीटमेंट्स की बात होगी, तो हमारे जो बॉडी पैराग्राफ्स होंगे, पहले में हमारे पास सिम्टम्स होंगे, फिर हमारे पहले में हमारे पास कॉजेज होंगे, दूसरे में हमारे सिम्टम्स एंड थर्ड में हमारे पास ट्रीटमेंट्स होंगे. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू रिपीट all these things, perspectives in each of the paragraphs. We are going to take each paragraph having one singular topic sentence. For example, if you are going to talk about in our first body paragraph about the causes, then we'll talk about causes only. Then in the second body paragraph, we'll only talk about the symptoms, what kind of symptoms could be there. And the third would include the treatments, the possible treatments. And then we'll have a conclusion. The conclusion is the repetition of your thesis statement and claim that you have made in the beginning. You restate, you reiterate or review what you have discussed in your body paragraphs, and you then summarize your conclusion. Now they have given a basic sample of the conclusion. Depression affects thousands of men, women and children everywhere. Many endure it without help. देखिए ये बात वही है जो हमने क्लेम की थी, हमने हमारे थीसिस स्टेटमेंट में की थी ना, रेलेवेंस में, कि 16% ऑफ द पीपल दे रिमेन अनडायग्नोस्ड एंड अनट्रीटेड. तो वही चीज हम अपने कंक्लूजन में भी दोबारा बोलेंगे, बट in a different language structure. In this, we are talking about that everybody is affected and they remain without any help. Then this paper focused on the symptoms, causes and treatments available. ये भी हमने introduction में claim किया था. We claim the same thing in the introduction. ये देखिए हमारे thesis statement में, और वही हम conclusion में दोबारा restate करते हैं. Depression can have devastating consequences not only on the people experiencing it, but on those around them as well. Education about this painful condition may allow us to reach out to a greater number of people suffering from it. So summarize our points. तो जो treatments और symptoms उन सारी चीजों से जो हमें points समझ आए, उसी को हमने यहाँ पे summarize कर दिया. This is how you write an expository essay. ठीक है, और any type of essay on the other hand should be written the same way. अब एक यूनिट है बेटे विच आई हैव पोस्टेड इन योर गूगल क्लासरूम. Go ahead, read it, take a look at it. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. ठीक है, ये भी स्ट्रक्चर की बात करता है, लेकिन यहाँ पे एक एग्जाम्पल है. देखिए, ये एग्जाम्पल आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. दिस कैन हेल्प यू अंडरस्टैंड कि कैसे इस इंफोग्राफिक के जरिए वो आपको बता रहा है कि 5 पैराग्राफ ऐसे होना चाहिए. ठीक है, कि थीसिस स्टेटमेंट का टॉपिक सेंटेंस नंबर 1, 2 and 3 would be here, and this is a very good representation of expository writing. ठीक है, ये आपने यहाँ पर पढ़ लेना है. और ये एक एग्जाम्पल दिया हुआ है, ये भी आपने देख लेना है. ठीक है, फिर वही एग्जाम्पल चल रही है कि हाउ टू राइट इट, तो ये सब आपने देख लेना है. अब यहाँ पर इन्होंने पर्सनल प्रोनाउन यूज किया है, बट रिमेंबर वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू यूज इट at any cost. Okay, now look at your assignment question as well. Look at the information that I've shared with you as well. And then if you have any questions regarding assignment number 4, because the time is very short, अगर कोई सवाल हो तो आपने पूछ लेना है. ठीक है. This is your assignment question which I have shown you on your screen as well. तो इसका टॉपिक है the environmental advantages of adopting solar power in urban Pakistan. ठीक है, तो सोलर एनर्जी पावर क्या होती है उस पर आपको पहले पढ़ना पड़ेगा. फिर उसके एनवायरमेंटल एडवांटेजेस क्या है, अर्बन पाकिस्तान क्या होता है, ये सारी चीजें आप पढ़ेंगे तो आप इसमें इसका एक एक्सपोजिटरी ऐसे 5 पैराग्राफ ऐसे लिखेंगे. ठीक है, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द सेम structure that I've shared over here. Chale, you have 5 minutes to think about it, read about it, and then you may post your questions over here. ठीक है, 5 मिनट बाद I'll take your questions. I'll read the questions from your chat, ताकि अगर आपके पास कोई सवाल है तो मैं उसका आंसर दे सकूं. And I can see only 20 people. I'll take your attendance as well. Wait, please. बेटे, दोनों असाइनमेंट्स करनी है, दोनों टाइप करनी है. आपका नाम तो एग्जेम्प्टेड लिस्ट में नहीं है ना. आप दोनों असाइनमेंट्स करोगे ना, assignment 3 भी and assignment 4 भी. They are separate assignments. One is on expository essay. The other one is on the group assignment that I gave you for your short story thingy. तो वो अलग है, तो दोनों करेंगे आप. समझ आ गई अलीसा? Did you understand बेटे? Amber, you're exempted बेटे, because you came on. आपने पढ़ा होगा ना, मैंने लिखा है कि जो ऑन कैंपस दो हमारी आई एट कैंपस में जो क्लासेस हुई थी बेटी, उसमें आपने क्लास असाइनमेंट की थी. वही आपकी फोर्थ असाइनमेंट है. यू आर एग्जेम्प्टेड. ये है कि राइट करके देन प्रिंट निकलवाए. Obviously, Alisa, bete, you can do that. I should get the written part, like final version of your assignment. आप ना ओरिजिनल स्टोरी को पढ़ लेंगी, उसके बाद जो आपने उसमें चेंजिंग्स करनी है आप सीधा टाइप करो ना. आप हैंड रिटन लिख के टाइप करो, जरूरी नहीं है. यू कैन डायरेक्टली टाइप. यस, अब आ गई समझ. ओके, यू वेलकम। अंबर बेटे, आपको समझ आ गई मैंने आपको क्या बताया है? देयर वर 5 और
यस मैम।
ठीक है। कुछ लोग थे जो उन क्लासेस में आए थे, आपको याद है आपसे मैंने इसी तरह की सिमिलर असाइनमेंट करवाई थी। तो दैट विल बी काउंटेड एज योर फोर्थ असाइनमेंट। यू आर एग्जेम्प्टेड फ्रॉम बोथ थर्ड एंड फोर्थ असाइनमेंट। आप अपना नाम देख भी सकती हैं, लिस्ट में नजर आ रहा होगा। बेटे, और कोई क्वेश्चन है किसी के पास? पूछ लें ताकि कोई ब्लंडर ना हो। लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, this is going to be our last 2 or 3 classes, and it's important that we definitely finish and complete our course so that I can finalize your scores as well. और रीटेक्स के बारे में भी मैंने आपसे शेयर कर दिया है। नॉट रीटेक्स, आई मीन इम्प्रूवमेंट क्विजेस के बारे में भी आपसे शेयर कर दिया है। दैट विल बी कंडक्टेड इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास एंड नॉट एनी लेटर, उससे बाद में नहीं होगा। सो मेक श्योर कि नेक्स्ट क्लास में आप ये इम्प्रूवमेंट क्विजेस भी दे दें, और अगर आपकी अटेंडेंस शॉर्ट है तो उसका वो परफॉर्मा भी साइन करवा कर मुझसे साइन करवा लें। मतलब कि पीएम से भी साइन करा लें, और वो जो प्रोसेस होता है वो करवा लें। ओके राजा। ओके ठीक है, राजा तनवीर, योर प्रेजेंट। असाइनमेंट नंबर 4 ओपन करोगे ना बेटे? एक मिनट में आपको दिखाती हूँ, इफ यू। अब ये देखिए, आपको असाइनमेंट नंबर 4 नजर आ रही है। और इसी का जो ये टेक्स्ट होता है ना, जहाँ हम टेक्स्ट लिख सकते हैं, इसमें ये रोल नंबर्स आपको नजर आएंगे। ये ये रोल नंबर्स एग्जेम्प्टेड है। और सेकेंडली, जिसने असाइनमेंट करनी है ना, ओनली दे विल बी एबल टू सी अ पोर्टल फॉर सबमिशन। वो भी एक क्लैरिटी है कि आपको शो ही नहीं होगा। अगर आपने सबमिट नहीं करनी ना, तो आपको सबमिट करने वाली स्पेस ही नहीं नजर आई, पोर्टल ही नहीं शो होगा, क्योंकि मैंने आपको असाइन ही दी थी। बाकी जरूरी नहीं है, अगर आप फिर भी करना चाहें, अगर आप मुझसे डिस्कशन करना चाहें, तो आप ये असाइनमेंट के बारे में बात तो डेफिनेटली कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि कोर्स का हिस्सा तो है ना। Okay, if you don't have any questions, please go ahead and start writing your assignment number 4. आप अपनी असाइनमेंट करना स्टार्ट कर दें. अभी भी आपके पास मोर देन हाफ एन आवर है. ये हाफ एन आवर में भी हो सकती है. और अगर कोई इशू है, कोई सवाल पूछना है तो भी पूछ लें.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम, एक्सप्लेनेटरी ऐसे के टाइप्स बता देंगे एक दफा? सॉरी पर
हाँ, मैं दिखाती हूँ आपको, एक सेकेंड. देखिए, हमारे पास टाइप्स तो बहुत सारी हैं, बट वी आर सपोज टू फोकस ऑन दीज फॉर्म्स. These 4 forms: compare and contrast, problem solution, persuasion, cause and effect. And all of these also include कि आप information तो देते ही है ना, कि why there is a need to have something. इसके अलावा जो और हमारे पास टाइप्स आ जाती हैं एक्सपोजिटरी की, वो है क्लासिफिकेशन ऐसे, प्रोज एंड कॉन्स, न्यूज़पेपर एंड मैगजीन्स, एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स, रिव्यूज एंड एडिटोरियल्स. तो ये कुछ फॉर्म्स एंड टाइप्स हैं जो आपको पता होनी चाहिए.
थैंक यू मैम.
वेलकम बेटे.
Winning.
Essay writing guide. Learn how to find a good topic. Formulated thesis, writing a persuasive or argumentative essay. But position which will be presented within the text. Expository essay writing.
Okay, some of you just joined us, so we can have a quick recap through a video. This will help you get on the same track that we are at. Let's watch this together. And again, this is about expository essay, and this will help you. Again, आपको एक reinforcement मिल जाएगी उसी points की जो मैंने आपसे share की है.
Guide. My name's Sir Toothington and I represent Essay Shark, an online service with various tools for writing, guides, topic suggestions, and free samples. This video guide will explore the process of expository essay writing. After watching it, you will learn how to find a good topic, formulate a thesis for your paper, explore the topic in your paper, and prove your point to your readers. This guide also contains a helpful checklist to polish your essay after you have finished writing. Let's begin. To understand what an expository essay actually is, it's important to know what the term expository itself implies. The dictionary states that this adjective is used to describe writing that is done to explain something. So we can say that an expository essay is a paper written with a goal to introduce the reader to the topic, to explore it, and to talk about it. One should keep in mind the debate style of thinking when you should defend your position and disprove the opposite. However, there's no need to be extremely categorical. Just remember that you are not writing a persuasive or argumentative essay. But enough theory, let's have a closer look at the structure of each part. The introduction consists of the following parts. Opening sentence. That is a statement that serves to catch the reader's attention. This first sentence is better to address the reviewing of the topic in order to present it to the audience. If you want to bring creativity into the essay, you can choose quotation, question, fact, definition, dilemma, and so on. Context. The topic in general may be misinterpreted by the reader, so you need to provide some additional information to set up the tone and to direct the thoughts of the readers. The thesis statement highlights your arguable position, which will be supported in the body part of the expository essay. After you've completed the introduction, it's time to move to the main body. Here are the things you should include in this part. Start with a topic sentence. Each paragraph in the body must be started with a sentence that provides the main idea for the writing that follows. Then back up with supporting evidence. After claiming the idea, make sure you support it with solid evidence. In this case, you as an author are not limited in choice. Textual evidence, statistics, first-person interviews, and your own experience. Make sure you properly cite and paraphrase your references to avoid plagiarism. Show the analysis. Using examples to defend your idea is great, however, it is not enough for readers. Your task is to justify the choice of the concrete evidence and its significance as an illustration of the idea and thesis statement. Add transition to link the next paragraph. Use linking words and phrases to facilitate the process of following your idea for the audience. After you have finished working on the main body, move to the conclusion. Note that the conclusion is not just a list of your thoughts presented within the text. You should show your analytical abilities as well. Make the final part a compilation of all the information. Below you can find the most common method of structuring the process of writing an expository essay. 1. Think about the audience. You need to understand the needs and expectations of your future readers, as well as their attributes that determine the interests and therefore the topic. If an expository essay is one of your assignments for university, do not forget about the professor's instructions too. Speaking of two, choose the topic. As it was already stated, knowing your audience means knowing topics to talk about. Remember that you should balance between personal interest and the interest of your audience. 3. Conduct research. Please note, even the best thoughts and the strongest thesis is nothing without proper evidence. Think about your topic and several arguments for or against your position. Then, find some testimony supporting these points. 4. Create an outline. This step will help you to say exactly what you want to say. While creating a framework, it is recommended to stick to the traditional 5-paragraph format with an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. 5. Write the body of the essay. At this stage, every idea should be turned into paragraphs, which together forms an eloquent but concise body.
आपको लग रहा होगा कि ये एक परफ्यूम का ऐड है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। लेकिन पहले आप यहाँ पे ये देखें।
Recommended to write 2 arguments supporting your idea and 1 counter argument. This part is optional, however, showing the opposite approach will interest a large audience. 6. Conclude. Remember that this stage is not simply a retelling of the whole paper. The best definition of a conclusion for an expository essay may be formulated as the answer to the questions you have brought out in the readers through the introduction while calling back the arguments you have laid out. And 7. Edit and check the essay. Read the prepared expository essay twice. The first time is needed to understand whether all parts are in place, if there are some excesses that should be cut off, and if the essay has its logic. Do not forget to check once again all the facts, citations, and statistics. every piece of information you cited. Finding a good topic for your expository essay can be quite a challenge. We know that, so here are a few suggestions to kickstart the creative process. Give some advice to freshmen about activities that are the best to be involved in. What are the best scandals or memorable events in your college's history? Tell about the history of welfare in the United States. What is the history of affirmative action in education? Be specific about its effects. Find more intriguing and controversial topics in our new book, Essay Becomes Easy Part 2, now available on Amazon. Now it's time to check whether your paper has traits of the most popular mistakes people make while writing an expository essay. The first one is giving a synopsis instead of an analysis. You are supposed to interpret the information, not simply restate what is told in different sources. And then formulating a weak thesis statement. There is a well-known analogy between the thesis and the hook on which the rest of your essay hangs. Try to make it as clear and full as possible. Plagiarizing someone's works. Every student knows the potentially serious consequences of plagiarism. Giving less credible testimony than is necessary. The essay should contain a thesis, synthesis, and analysis backed up by research from credible academic authorities. And using unreliable sources. Credibility is essential while writing an expository essay. And no, Wikipedia is not a credible source. You should find something better. Finally, check your paper using this list of questions. Do you have enough to say or too much? Do you need to narrow your topic or expand it? What does your audience already know about your topic? Is there anything your audience wants to know? Does each argument prove or refute, in case of counter-argument, the main idea of the paper? Why did you choose this particular information? Does it support each idea? Are all the paragraphs and parts of the paper connected with a transition? And finally, did you reveal the topic in the conclusion? Thank you for watching. Check our new book, Essay Becomes.
Okay, I hope this reinforced video was helpful for those who joined us late. We have already discussed this in detail, but the video also details a lot of information that helps you to become a better version of your own self and become a better writer. I've posted this link in your Google Classroom as well. You can definitely listen to it later as well. Other than this, other material is also attached, तो आपने वो पढ़ लेना है. ठीक है, I've taken your attendance the third time. Now I can see 24 people, and because you have joined the class, so I'll take this into consideration as well, that you are very committed to your study and you've made it to the class. So this will be considered in a positive light as well. And the rest of the students who didn't join, I'm not sure what the reason was, because this information was shared, I think, around 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. yesterday. So I don't think there could be any reason for them not to come. The internet is working fine. Everything is working fine now. None of the excuses can hold. Anyway, I'm announcing it once again that your entire course is part of your final term examination, starting from the first lecture to the end. There is one topic left, that is listening skills, that we'll do in the next class. Other than that, we have covered the entire outline. The outline is available in your Google Classroom. You can definitely follow it. Secondly, third and fourth assignment has been posted. Make sure to submit it on time. Third assignment has to be in the printed form and must be submitted in the class in the first 10 minutes. If you fail to do so, आप वहाँ आकर प्रिंट लेने जा रहे हैं तो स्कोर कटेगा. ठीक है, तो 1-2 दिन पहले ही उसको प्रिंट करवा के बैग में रख लें. And in the next class, you will have your improvement quizzes as well. And it is going to happen in the next class only. No matter what reason is, I can't help you. आपको आना है, quiz देना है improvement, तो आप next class में आएंगे, वरना आपका improvement quiz नहीं होगा. There are some of you who will not be allowed to give improvement quizzes because they already have good scores. तो वो भी आपको बता दिया जाएगा, right? और क्या है बेटे? I think that's about it. Yes, your paper pattern is definitely the same, that you have 3 questions and subparts. and it is of 40 marks. So make sure that you attempt the questions according to the marks distribution. I will not be repeating this information again, so make sure that you make notes and share with the rest of the class as well. Now, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. कोई सवाल है तो पूछ ले please. Shazib, वो मैंने देख लिया बेटे. No, you're not included. I've updated it. You're not supposed to attempt it. Your attempt has been recorded already on the basis of your class activities. Yes, I missed your name. रात को आपने मैसेज किया था तो मैंने करेक्ट कर दिया था. आप देख लें, आपका लिस्ट में नाम आ गया होगा. लेकिन यू आर इंक्लूडेड इन असेसमेंट नंबर 4. 3 से आप एग्जाम्प्टेड हैं बेटे, लेकिन असाइनमेंट 4 आपने करनी. ठीक है, समझ आ गई है? ऑलराइट, एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस बेटे? किसी का कोई सवाल है तो प्लीज पूछ ले, नहीं है तो भी बता दें. आई हैव रिकॉर्डेड